Over the course of 2 semesters, I've done my city branding final year project as a multimedia advertising design student. In this series, I'd like to share my FYP process in a vlog style as well as do breakdowns of my work because there are some gaps to fill throughout, so that's why I'm talking in this manner, but yeah. Well, let's just start with the brief, shall we? So for the brief, we are actually required to do city branding as a city council of a specific city of your choice. And throughout shortlisting many cities, me and my friends decided to do Melaka city because it is a place that I personally really love to visit, as well as the cultural elements and backgrounds of the city as well. It is a city where there's a lot of modernity and a lot of blend of tradition. For me, the biggest problem is the hesitation to engage in cultural heritage voluntarily. So that was the main problem. And as a Gen Z myself, going into museums and everything, it is just really static. I'm so sorry, but it just never caught my interest to really engage into histories and cultural things voluntarily. It always comes off as an uninteresting and boring learning process, so I really want to reimagine Melaka in a way where Gen Zs and millennials would actually tap into it voluntarily. So we were given a total of 16 weeks to complete this project, starting out with finalizing my masthead and branding, moving forward to shooting my key visuals, and then tap into my main mediums, and finally just to brush up any supporting mediums and any other relevant mediums that may come in handy to support your campaign. I was looking through a lot of precedent studies on Behance and I came across a branding of Miami City as well as Seoul, Taiwan, as well as Osaka and Kanazawa. These cities have really inspired me to move forward with a specific style and as well as things I really want to tap into. Like Miami, I really like how they use all the really colorful elements, and for Japan, they always kept in a really muted and neutral color palette, whereas it really conveys that place. So for me, the main goal was to really find colors that resonated well with the city. I always pictured Melaka as red, blue and yellow. So the Malaysia flag also has red, blue and yellow, and usually in Malaysia we don't really associate with a lot of pastels or neutral colors. Our colors are always so vibrant and bright. So here is the final color palette that I have finalized. When it came to my masthead, round logos and mastheads were never in my consideration because for me, Melaka has a lot of tiles, Nyonya Baba and Nyonya tiles, and all of them have sharp edges. Even with the curves, it associates with a sharp edge. So the sharp look is really what I want to convey, and I'll add in more rounded elements inside. So my masthead consists of 4 squares in 4 different meanings. I created this stylized version of the window arc that you commonly see in Melaka's architecture. It also reflects the red building. On the right side, I tapped into a more beige base, and then using these elements which actually represent the Baba and Nyonya's wedding. When people do Peranakan weddings, they always bow towards each other. And that's the structure of my logo, which are a groom and a bride bowing towards each other. So yeah, I love anything that has to do with Peranakan, and in Melaka you always see Nyonya tiles all around. I also wanted to include a minimalized Nyonya tile design as part of the masthead. And then finally, this one really came out of nowhere. I was trying to think of what else I could add into the masthead to harmonize everything as well as not miss out on the meaning. And so I did some research and found out that Melaka's state flower is the bunga kasidang. So I also did a stylized pattern of the flower and added it into my masthead. So I was doing a lot of sketches with my masthead because usually I don't think branding is my biggest strength. I would rather stick to video, but it is a campaign and you need a campaign logo, of course. What really helped me in ideating the logos and also do the sketches was the anatomy book. Yeah, I happen to have a anatomy planner around with me this time, and I used up a lot of pages just ideating and drawing a lot of variations of the logo. So if you ever feel stuck in digital versions of doing a logo, why not try the analog way, right? So after finalizing all my brandings and also my assets, I moved on to doing my key visual shoot. I went and got some kue because I want to do my key visual shoot today. So Melissa helped me pick up these kue. I also went and got myself kue lapis yesterday as well. But when we did the key visual shoot, here are some of my president studies. I really liked the vibe of incorporating old and new, and also using kue as a metaphor. Also, my boyfriend helped me pick up some banana leaves and then I tore them into smaller pieces. They are still a bit wet, so I'm going to dry them down. I recently got a tea stand to put backdrops and also to do photography. Then I also got these PVC papers so I can do my shoot. Doing the key visual shoot was a pain in the ass because it was really hard to find Nyonya kue. There are some shops in Cyberjaya that sells kue. I also happened to find some in Denkyo. So I bought a few variations of Nyonya kues and I refrigerated in my fridge because I was really scared that it would go bad, but no. And also, I'm really thankful because Debbie's housemate Sean also borrowed me his Godox light, which was really helpful throughout my entire project. I picked up this bamboo tray to put the kue. I also borrowed these from Melissa to do the shoot. Very pretty. Other than that, Debbie also gave me her Turkey cards to use for the shoots. So if you don't know, Turkey is a card game that Peranakans used to play, but it is now almost forgotten because no one actually passed that down. So I really want to highlight that in one of my key visuals too. How to play them, but it's very unique. It's nothing like I've seen before. I'm going to include this in my shoot as well, and I hope I represent it right. I don't want to disrespect the culture and also the game. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at the kue. So pretty, oh my goodness. I don't really eat kue, but I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but we'll see. I'm so scared of fucking this up, to be honest, because I'll have to buy them again. But yeah, oh my goodness, oh my god. Never in my life have I done food photography or food styling, so it was hard. It was hard to navigate and it was messy to set up. It was messy to set up, hard to handle, and throughout the shoot it just gets more gross, if you get what I mean. So yeah. Is this fine or do I have to layer with my own leaf? Which is better? I also have some kue lapis that I got yesterday. Put them in the fridge because I was really scared that it's gonna get bad. This smells so good. Do I place this in the front or in the back? See, here's my problem. Maybe like this. I went and got some flowers from my grandparents' backyard, but there are ants all over. I'm just gonna try to style the kue using the flowers. I also got this Nyonya kabaya when I was in Melaka. In the last time I went to Melaka, I saw this kabaya and I thought I would purchase it. If there's any last minute shoots or changes needed, I could just simply pop this up and then shoot. But for this photo shoot, I really want to utilize the sleeve over here because of the really amazing patterns. Here's how the photo turned out in the end. I think I'm quite happy with the way I color graded as well as edited this. It's not easy to do food styling, so huge respect to anyone who's out there doing photography on a full-time basis. I also want to share the final lineup of my key visuals. I did another one where I have two kues using my grandfather's hand and also my hand, and then another two key visuals which included two human subjects in a Nyonya kabaya. So So for this entire project, we are given the freedom to choose between 3 main mediums. One would be website, and second would be videos, which is a 1-minute requirement, or either you can opt for environmental design, which is 3D design. So whichever main medium you choose to do, the rest of the mediums will become your supporting mediums, and you can do add-ons to support your overall campaign. And for me, my chosen medium was video, and with the requirement of 1 minute, I actually have no idea what to do. So my campaign is centric around this title called Dari Nenek ke Cucu. Dari Nenek ke Cucu means from your grandma passed down to like a granddaughter, grandchild. So the idea is to bridge generations together. I want Gen Zs to engage in Melaka and their culture voluntarily. I also want millennials who are hesitant to try new things to try out many new forms of technology and things that I would implement in Melaka in my own version. So let me break down my video idea first. I'm doing an interactive video series where it branches out seamlessly. The video runs in a POV of you as a granddaughter visiting your grandma back in Melaka who is Peranakan. You make subtle choices that shape the story throughout that comes with different lessons. Initially, I wanted to do 2 parts, which is a POV of a granddaughter and another which is a POV of a nene who hasn't really tapped into the modern role. But thinking about it, it was way too heavy to do it alone, so I narrowed it down to only a POV of the granddaughter. The idea came by when my lecturer Ruben suggested me to take Black Mirror's Bandersnatch as a reference. And for me, it was a really huge challenge because if you know Black Mirror Bandersnatch, it branches out. They have the UI in Netflix for you to interact and choose how the story goes. And it connects very seamlessly with that level of production, so that is something I could never expect myself to do so. I've never really watched Bandersnatch, but I remember one memory that came really close by was Minecraft story mode. During my childhood, it was always really fun to see YouTubers play Minecraft story mode, and I really liked looking at them make their choices. I was really amazed by the idea of doing an interactive TVC. Mind blown. It's currently week 5 of my FYP and I just woke up from a nap. My dad recently got these tea bags and I'm a tea person as well. Now I'm trying to tone down on the coffee because last semester I have been going crazy on coffee, but I really have to get the storyboard done before I even proceed to ideate for something else. And alongside with my FYP project, I also have another branding task I have to do for another project. It has been really stressful, I kid you not. Being a design student is really stressful because sometimes when you open up the softwares, you don't just expect yourself to know everything. So it's really a learning curve. Initially, I almost went for a website because during my FYP1 semester break, the thought of doing an interactive video series was haunting me. I was really mentally challenged into doing the interactive TVC. So in the end, I thought to just save myself some time, why not just go for a website? During my second semester and during my presentation to choose my main medium, I actually voiced out. So my main medium I chose is website. Ruben looked at me like I owed him 10,000 bucks. In the end, me and Ruben had a talk and we decided that doing videos as my main medium would actually support my campaign more and it aligns more with my skill set. I'm struggling to stay awake. Every morning after I have my breakfast or after class, I just head home and I feel like going to bed. And I just knock out for at least 2 hours and it's a struggle to wake up and get my work done. I want to show you guys the storyboard. I usually draft it out on paper because it's very quick for me to do simplified sketches or sketches that don't look like sketches because I don't know how to draw human faces. And then over here I have just another chapter of my storyboard and I'm going to digitize these and make them look more understandable for my lecturers. So yeah. I was trying my best to come up with a storyboard that branches out and back instead of branching out and out. It is a one-man show, so I really need to utilize all the time I have. I have to cover the storyboarding, the shooting, the scripting, the directing, the producing, as well as the editing, color grading. While planning all this out, I also have to leave in extra time for my graphic design portion, web design, and 3D. It was a really short time to do all of it. I was super anxious because I've never done a production this big of a scale, and let alone doing it without a team, so I was really frustrated. But But again, Ruben played a huge part in convincing me into making this decision. You'll see him throughout this video once we get there. You guys didn't know, my grandparents live right beside my house, so literally I can get to see my grandparents every day. And my grandma is the person who cooks our meals daily, not breakfast and lunch, but for dinner. So for weekday dinners, it's always at my grandma's house. I thought to bring you guys along because I did share a series of her cooking, which is the Nyama cooks, because Nyama is her signature word. Okay, we are not a strict family household, so I did share my grandma's curry fish recipe, and the video blew up in Xiaohongshu and also on Instagram, but it did better on Xiaohongshu. But yeah, I just want to bring you guys along for dinner, because that's just a realistic day in a life meal. I don't go out every single day because it's expensive to eat out. Milo, butter, and then we have donut. Hi, donut. Hello， 阿妈。吃。哇！嗨，我的大学生活，在家的生活。Sunrise. This is a really realistic Asian household dinner. We got pork and fish, and we also have veggies.
咸不咸的那个？
这是鱼圆啊。Throughout this whole semester, I've also had a lot of home-cooked meals. I'll forever cherish my grandma's cooking. I have countless of good meals throughout my FYP, and I saved a lot of money eating at home. I love eating at home. My grandma makes like one of the best foods I could ever have in my entire life. Bro, I wish. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Creative agency 哦，2年还是怎样？如果有公司要我，等下我拍这个，有咩？是有中嘛？
不然
当兵了。
哎呦，够力啊！去哪里啊？去哪里当兵？
不知道。
走。弄雞。弄雞。
弄雞啊！ Call your friends to feel mentally better. Apparently I feel like we are not able to graduate this year because we haven't got our MUET test, but whatever.
So once I finalized all my storyboards, I put it into Figma to arrange, because for me Figma is a really easy software to do mind mapping, and for the video, since it's gonna branch out, it's easier for me to put in the lines and connect the dots in Figma, and also to put in the text because it's quite easy to use. It's also my first time using Figma to put together a storyboard, and I think it's actually quite workable and it's quite nice to use. I don't major in film, and I was also prioritizing my storyboards to be understood during the consultation, as well as making it easier for me to understand when to cut the shots so I can transition it seamlessly when a user taps on a choice. It's also for me to navigate which end scenes aligns and which to match cut seamlessly to. I also did a lot of studies on composition and angles. During that phase of my FYP, I was also watching When Life Gives You Tangerines. I felt like it resonated in the heartfelt and sentimental manner. I took a lot of screenshots and gifs of the compositions in When Life Gives You Tangerines, as well as How to Make Millions Before Your Grandma Dies. I also really liked the color grading and how the scene looks. Since the whole production team would just be me, myself, and I, it would just make sense as long as I understood the whole thing when I'm in my production stage. It would have been amazing if I have basic skill sets in filmmaking, or at least know some industrial terms. But I would say this project really took me out of my comfort zone. I knew videography was my passion for the longest time, and it just made total sense to do it under Ruben's convince as well. At first, I really wanted to back out and choose the website as my main medium because I thought it would save me a lot of time. I chickened out, but I'm glad I went back into videos, because thinking back right now, I felt like if I have chosen website, I wouldn't even complete it on time. I missed out on my MUET registration. I was panicking the whole morning. There's something called MUET on demand for you to register your MUET. I feel so stupid for not doing it earlier because I was just procrastinating and thinking. I was just not willing to learn about the MUET format, so I delayed it with my friends together, and little did we know that the registration closed. Remember that I bought this foundation previously? Well, it sucked. It just didn't work on my skin. My skin tolerance for a lot of things are quite okay, and for this foundation, it just cracks and dries over time. Even though the finishing is really hydrating, but it dries. I have no idea why, but yeah, this is a rare occasion of me finding a foundation that does not suit my skin. So today I'm going to go for a consultation with my lecturer. I really want to film like the process of me doing my consultation, but I'm not really sure if my lecturer allows that, so I'm going to ask his permission later, but I'm low-key kind of scared. But I have to print out my storyboard. This is my first time printing out my storyboard to show a lecturer, because I felt like printing it just makes much more sense, because he did mention that in class as well. And I thought, why not print it out so he can just scribble all over my storyboard and I can scribble all over mine as well. So yeah.